Hi, welcome everybody to the latest episode of Grow Your Tutoring Business with me, Richard Cow. Now, we're going to go through 4 main points today, all about the growth of your tutoring business. Point number 1 is our mindset. We're going to talk about that briefly. We're also going to be talking about finding new clients. We're also going to be focusing on how we price our services and why it's a good idea to ditch the hourly rate for value-based pricing from now on. And the last thing is, how can we grow our tutoring friends, like our tutoring network. We'll run the intro and I'll see you in a bit. Let's get comfortable talking about the mindset of running a business, because it's not easy. The mindset of being in the classroom, it almost takes care of itself because you don't have a lot of time to think about things. It's a roller coaster, isn't it? You sort of get your lesson prepped, you resource your lesson during your PPA or during your evenings and weekends, and then you run with it for the rest of the week. And if you're lucky, you probably spend some time reflecting, and then you just keep going, and you only really get this chance to stop and think at half terms and holidays. But business is slightly different. It can be just as busy, but we can often get in our own way because now we're putting ourselves out there. And it's not easy to marry up the skills that you take from the classroom, being a teacher, into being a business owner. So what does it mean? Why is mindset so important? And what can we do about it? Well, my first bit of advice is to acknowledge the feelings. So as soon as you feel like you're getting in your own way, or you know you've got a task that you need to complete but you're not doing it, like you keep procrastinating or you keep putting it off, is start to write down what it is exactly that's coming up from the unconscious part of your mind, and start putting it down somewhere, because from the problem on the page we can start to see a way forward. Can we find the way to overcome the barrier? So acknowledge your feelings and then go a bit deeper. Where are they coming from? Now, if you are stuck in that, you can ask for support. There'll be people around you. If you're not part of the amazing Facebook group of over 1,000 tutors now, come and join us. Come and ask some questions in there. I mean, it is the most common question. It's the most common barrier, is that people will say, just keep getting in my own way. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think people are going to buy my services. But the reality is that once you put it out there into the universe, it's likely there's going to be people out there ready to buy. You've got to go and find them. If we can get out of our own way, there'll be people ready to buy our services. I've got 4 main points that I want to talk to you today about finding new clients. Point number 1 is, where are you posting? Where are you trying to engage with your ideal client? If it's Facebook, what groups are you going into? If it's on Reddit, what groups are there? What other groups exist where you could go and find your ideal client? Are they in the selling groups? Are they in the local residents groups where you live? If you're on a national level, how are you going to sort of get through all the noise of all the other tutors in the UK or national tutoring groups that exist? What's going to make you stand out against other people? So the first question is, where are you posting? The second thing is, what are you posting? What type of content are you putting out there? Is it just selling? Is it just your name, the subject that you teach, and how much you cost? Is that what you're constantly putting out there? What there needs to be is a fair trade. To find new clients, there needs to be a fair trade between what you post and the value that the other person receives. You cannot just expect to grow just by putting a sales post out there. There needs to be a piece of value content that the client can start to get to know you with. Point number 3 is, when are you posting? Do you even evaluate it? At what points are your posts most popular? And where are they most popular? Where does it get the most engagement? What sort of posts gets the most engagement? Is it video? Is it text? Is it images? Or is it just you dancing along to something on TikTok? Whatever it is, you need to find out what works and do more of it. And you need to get rid of the stuff that doesn't work. And the last point is, how often? I can't tell you how many times I've received a personal message from a tutor saying, I'm not finding new clients. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And this is the kind of the points that I go through. The fourth one is, well, how often? And it's like, well, I've posted once a week for the last 4 weeks. And that's not dreadful, because that's more than what most tutors would do. But are we expecting to see a sellout tutor who posts once a week for 4 weeks? Or do we need to do once a week for 12 months? Or do we need to do twice a week for 6 months? The how often and how consistent and how visible you are, there is a positive correlation with how many places you have sold. Get yourself out there, get visible, make sure people know about you, give them loads of content so they can get to know you and get to like you and trust you so they'll buy from you. The next point is pricing. So I said at the beginning, I'm on a bit of a mission. I want to stop tutors selling their time by the hour. I want them to start selling their time by the value they provide. And there is a slight difference. And I want to share that with you now. In my groups this year, I decided a group should be worth £100. Okay, so £100 an hour. How did I do that? How did I come to that point? That's quite easy. 4 in a group, £25 an hour each one. However, what I did was look at the packaging of the group. What am I offering? What value do I provide? And then I went and created a price. I did a monthly price that could be paid by direct debit, and I created a termly price which could be paid by invoice. And what that meant was it gave me more scope to change the cost. So rather than looking at it as per hour, I was looking at it per month. So rather than say charge £25 an hour by bank transfer, or I could just times that by 4 and do a monthly direct debit, instead I just went, well, the monthly cost for this is X amount. And it meant that I could just up the price, and it meant my scale meant it didn't matter what my hourly price was, because the value proposition was better. And it keeps me focused on the value as well. It's not about my time anymore. It's about what the children get or the young people get from the service. My termly price for my signature course is £150 a term. My signature course is £91 for the monthly direct debit. And so we go on that basis. And it means now when I look to the future, in terms of upping my prices, I don't worry about my hourly rate going up, because actually when I'm framing it in a monthly plan or a termly invoice, it doesn't feel like it's such a jump to say, like last year's was £150 a term, next year's going to be £175 a term. But remember, it's all about the value proposition, not about your hourly rate. And lastly, this has been really important in my own growth, that is connecting with other tutors. Making sure that I've got a hive mind who, if I get stuck or perhaps I feel a bit down and I need to do some mindset work, I've got a hive of people, hive minds, who can help me out. I can put a question in a group. I can message some of the tutors who I really trust, who I've done some work with in the past. It opens up doors for collaboration and being part of a bigger team. Even though it can feel quite isolating at times, I do know that there's a team of tutors out there who I can go and ask for help when I need it. Grow your tutoring network. Grow your tutoring friends so that you've got a hive mind to go and ask questions to, and it opens up the door for collaborations in the future. Go and work with people who you vibe with, who you get good energy from. Okay, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you come and follow me on other channels. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on TikTok. Come and find me everywhere. Come and follow me. Come and support the cause, and I'll speak to you really soon. See you later.